rewriting history. Why do you think most of these wars are about? Y'all think it's all about oil? No, it ain't about oil. It was a long time ago. That's one of the small reasons. It has to do also with destroying history, destroying any archaeological sites, places, literature, anything that has to do with the past. Remember when they waged war in Iraq? What was the first thing they did? They went straight to the museums. They went straight and hiding history. This knowledge is for everyone that wants to know. Whether you're Muslim, Christian, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist, Taoism, whatever you are, I say keep an open mind. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them trick you. Don't let them deceive you. The secret beyond matter. From the moment a person comes into existence, he is subject to the steady indoctrination of the society. A foremost part of this indoctrination holds that reality is all that can be touched with the hand and seen with the eye. This understanding in society is transmitted, unquestioned, from one generation to another. Here is the astonishing fact. From the moment we came into existence, all the things surrounding us are simply what our senses present to us. All things in this world, human beings, animals, flowers, colors, odors, fruits, tastes, plants, planets, stars, mountains, stores, space, and brief are all perceptions of our senses and what presents to us. Images of taste, odor, sound, sight, solidity we receive from objects we assume have existence in the external world are all transmitted by neurons to the relevant centers in the brain, nerve impulses. The process of seeing, photons, that travel from the object to the eye pass through the lens at the front of the eye where they are refracted and fall inverted on the retina at the back of the eye. The nerve impulse generated by the retina is perceived as an image in the visual center of the brain after a series of processes. In a part of our brain called the visual center, which takes up only a few cubic centimeters, perceive a colorful, bright world that has depth, height, and width. The process of taste. A similar system operates. Tastes are turned into nerve impulses by special cells in the mouth and on the tongue, and transmitted to the relevant center in the brain. Same thing with touch, odor, are all transmitted to the brain by nerve impulses by special cells. Hearing is perceived by your ear and transmitted to your brain as an electrical signal. You assume yourself as drinking, hearing, touching, seeing, and believing that these perceptions are solid. But reality is that you are deceived, since you have no evidence to assume that what you perceive in your brain has a material correlate outside your skull. An English physicist, John Gribbon, states, with relation to interpretations, the brain makes that our senses are like the interpretation of the stimuli coming from the external world. As if there is a tree in the garden, our brain perceives the stimuli that are filtered through our senses, and that the tree is only a stimulus. So which one is real? The tree that is formed by our senses, or the tree in the garden? You see, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters out there, the world we live in is just an illusion. I wouldn't call it a matrix. And I wouldn't call it fully an illusion. There is a balance in existence. What we think of as real. It's just our brain lying to us. Our eyes lying to us. So in reality, what does this world really look like? If you take off the plants, the grass, trees, anything green, take out all the water in the world out, it reminds me of a hadith. When the angel Gabriel, alayhi salam, when he was presented, the world was presented to him before it was covered with beauty. It was just a rocky volcanic world that nothing can survive in it. The angel said to God, the creator, the Most High, the Absolute, the one true God, he said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I don't think anybody would ever want this world. And then when God covered it with beauty and all the glamour, then the angel said, I don't think anybody would ever want to leave this world. When you got people killing people, when you have innocent Palestinians, Muslims, the Uyghur people, you had the Native Americans, the natives in South America, Canada. When the Spanish explorers came, you had King Lapu-Lapu in the Philippines, before it was called Philippines, after King Philip, before they were forced to leave their faith of Islam and follow the Catholic religion, when the Native Americans were massacred and fought for 160 years here in America. And all of this was done by Europeans who justified it by saying that we were all savages, barbaric. If we were savages and barbaric, why the hell did you steal our technology? Why the heck did you plagiarize and hide our history? And what I mean by Europeans, I don't mean your average Joe. I'm not talking about the average people there. I'm talking about the people in charge. The elite families that you don't know what their names are. They made fake books, like the 13 Illuminati families and all that crap. That's just to misguide you. Even the name Illuminati is a name given to the public. What happened to the Ptolemy family? What happened to the other ancient families that you guys don't talk about, especially the Venetians? Because I see modern day Venetian symbols. I see it a lot. I see a lot of people getting fooled and tricked, misguided. They have us all divided because they use fear. They use fear to make you hate each other. It is a war waged against mankind. From who? It used to be from other human beings who sold out. But when the Khazarian king sold his soul to the devil and his people, the Khazars were really evil. You see, what the Khazars did with mass genocides and betrayals, They blamed it on the Mongolians. Say it was Genghis Khan and Timur Khan that caused destruction and bloodshed and killing mass populations of people, which makes no sense to me. Mongolia being such a small country, how do they have so many soldiers? And Mongolian being part of Tartaria, it just doesn't make sense to me. But you know what does make sense to me? It's the history of the Khazarian king and their mass genocides that they're still doing to this day. You see, they became known as the European Jews. Now, you want to call me anti-Semitic? I am Semitic. I'm not talking about the real Orthodox Jews. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the fake ones who claim to be the children of Israel. Nah, you're not. You're not. Some of the children of Israel, some of them went to Ethiopia, Abyssinia. They're scattered. Are some of them still in existence? If they are, I will look at Ethiopia. But you know what they did to the Ethiopians? What the Jewish government did? They de-sterilized the Ethiopian woman. They ain't gonna tell you that now, huh? I say go research and find out for yourself, because I did my homework. I hope you have before you open your mouth. I hope you go research before you leave a comment down there complaining. Go do your homework, go do your research, and then you can come and try to challenge me. But you won't be able to. I promise you that. Now, I'm asking you guys this. Why did they do that to the Ethiopian woman who claimed to be the real children of Israel? You see, when Prophet Solomon, alayhi salam, when he passed away, his son took some people with him and went to Abyssinia, or Ethiopia. What they don't want to tell you is they killed off most of the real children of Israel before the Zionists started their takeover of the world. America's already sold to the Zionists long time ago. They're just telling you about it right now, slowly. AIPAC and all that crap. But I'm going to ask you guys to keep an open mind. In fact, you don't even need it. The proof is right there in front of your faces, but you don't want to see. You don't want to listen, because prejudice has covered your heart. Hate has covered your heart. Confusion has covered your heart. And fear has engulfed you completely. Just like they made the settlers fear the Native Americans, calling them savages and cannibals, doing child sacrifices to the gods. No. It was you, Mr. Pope and your Vatican. It was you and your people during the Crusades. That you people during the Crusades, in order to feed your armies, Mr. Pope, you fed your army with the flesh of your victims. Cannibalism. And when you made it, why? Why would they feed their army with the flesh of humans? Because eating the flesh of a human will numb you, will psychologically change you, will make you into a savage. Why do you think all these kids are disappearing? When wars happen, what happened to those kids at Hades? What happened to those kids in Afghanistan, to those children around the world who are being attacked? They disappear, even adults. Because there's a big growing business in the underground world of the Illuminati. Not only selling organs, but eating people has become a delicacy for them. Eating babies is part of the pact that they made with the devil. The Illuminati is not strong, you think they are. In fact, they're extremely weak. And in fact, they can easily fall if every single one of us human beings unite as one. Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Hindu, Buddhist. You unite as one. Come together as one. You have defeated the beast. But no, they're going to keep you divided. They're going to keep you fighting each other. Red versus blue. Democrats versus Republicans. North versus South. Muslims versus Christians. And Christians versus Muslims. And Jews versus Christians. Do you really, you people are that gullible to not see through this BS that's been repeated throughout in history, that has been repeated throughout history by other tyrants? Look at Pharaoh, Nimrod. They also had fake media, fake news. How do you think they got so powerful? And the second tool that they use is money. You buy off people. Why do you think we got so many traitors in our countries that sold out their own people, sold out their own faith? And for you cats out there in Iran, yes, Iran, in Afghanistan, for you who betrayed your own country, your faith, you're going around snatching the hijabs off of females, of our sisters. Come and face the men. Come and face us. And for you burning the Qurans, we already know what happened to you all. Your fate was sealed. You're going to burn the Qurans? But have you ever seen a Muslim ever burn a Bible? No, we would never will. You know why? Because God's name is in it. And the prophets' names are in it. We respect that. Even though there's over 2,000 plus different versions of the Bible. When Imam Ali alayhi salam was passing through a church, somebody made a comment saying, I wonder how many unbelievers are on there. And don't quote me, I don't have the, I can't say word by word, but the hadith, but he replied back, Imam Ali alayhi salam replied back, I wonder how many times they mentioned God's name in there. Meaning he had respect for the church. He never allowed a Christian man or a Jewish man to go hungry while he was in charge. But now you have Saudi Arabia recruiting Muslims on YouTube, recruiting these young cats, especially in England, to go in these parks and bring people to Islam. That's great. There's no problem with that. But just like Andrew Tate, Saudi Arabia gives you a nice mansion and gives you a nice little income there, huh? And talking about you too, Mr. Muhammad Hijab, Andrew Tate, and the rest of you goons in there. You're all paid by Saudi Arabia, aren't you? By the Saud family. They got you in their pockets. Why? To cause dissension for the new generations of our Muslim brothers and sisters. You don't think they don't indoctrinate people too? Who do you think has made Arabia, Saudis rich? The Saud family were originally a Jewish tribe. They were promoted by England and placed in power by England. It goes back way to the 1700s. They finally got their opportunities in the early 20s. They weakened the Ottoman Empire and brought in these devils. What they don't also tell you is how the Sauds and Saudi Arabia are putting their own alims, their own scholars in prison when they speak out about the evil that the Saudi government is doing. I say to you all, be careful out there on YouTube. You got a lot of agents out there. I'm not an agent. I'm just an average man. I'm not a Freemason. I'm not affiliated with nobody. Not in any gang or anything like that. I'm me, myself, and I, and my Lord. That's it. Ain't nobody paid me to speak. I speak from my heart and soul. I didn't want to do this, to be honest. I didn't want to come out here and spit some truth to you all. Friends have encouraged me to do this because I'm sick and tired of seeing the genocide, the hate, the lies. Over 200,000 plus Palestinian women and children and men are being killed, have been killed. And the sickening part is, the most disgusting part is, that most of you people out there enjoy watching, encouraging the bloodshed of innocent Palestinians. I got news for you, buddy. What goes around comes around. Do you seriously think civil war is not going to come to America? Do you seriously think that they're not going to start crap up here? Why do you think they've been fattening you all up here? Fast foods, greasy food. You're all going to be in one big shock of surprise what's about to come. When you realize the United States of America is being attacked by its own government and by Israeli soldiers, Russian soldiers, and Chinese soldiers. How are they going to do it? Plain and simple. They will take this country and make it into 4 zones. FEMA will come in. They will separate families. Yes, you too. The same people who used to laugh at the genocide of the Palestinian people and encourage more. You think that same government is going to respect you? You don't think they're not going to come for you and your family? You need to wake up. We're not your enemies. Palestinian Muslims are not your enemies. We Muslims are not your enemies. You know who your enemy and my enemy are? The governments of the world. They have all sold out. All of them. Every single one of them work for the Antichrist system, the Dajjal system. Every single one of them has sold out a long time ago. This is not war against oil, against this and that. This is war for your souls. These wars and agendas, these false flags, it's a war for your souls. They got all the gold in the world. Britain owns most of the majority of gold in the world. They stole all the lands and everything in it. They forced people to become like them, act like them. Yeah, I am totally against their ideology, their Luciferian ideology. So, with this in mind, and what I read to you earlier today, this world is just an illusion. And you're all killing each other for this illusion, this kingdom of dirt. You know what? Where our real home is? Our real home is heaven. The reality, the real home. That's not an illusion. Earth is a shadow of the heavens. Like the Freemasons say, as above, so below. I believe it. What you see outside around you, you could also see it inside your body. What exists out there exists within you. Did the Prophet Jesus ﷺ say, the kingdom of heaven is within you? Yeah. I ask you Americans, my American brothers and sisters out there, it's time to stop hating. You see, we're not just dealing with humans anymore. We're dealing with dark forces here. And I'm talking about spirits, demonic entities that have taken over our governments. So it's really a war against humanity. And for you humans out there who are taking their side, you're nothing but traitors and fools. I ask all humans to unite as one brothers, one brotherhood, as one, as a unity. Unite. This is how you would defeat them. If you stop listening to them, turn off your TV, read. I kept it real. Have you?